Wow, so this is something we brought away from some of our old files there. But let's do a bit more on this by bringing in Awula Serwah, the coordinator of Eco-Conscious Citizens GH, who joins us via Zoom now. Awula, I'm grateful that you could join us here. Now, with listening to both reports from Prof Frimpong Boateng and from the presidency, listening to Prof. Tia, listening to Dr. Kennedy, Arthur Kennedy, and watching this file we brought to you from our archives. What's your reaction to all of these developments?
Good morning. Thank you very much for having me. I'll just say that I'm saddened and extremely disappointed. First of all, I'm grateful to the press, yourselves. I'm grateful to the previous speakers. I think they've said it all. There's nothing much for me to add. It's just beyond words that the presidency has sat on this report, and the kind of what it has put out is, I don't want to use the word, but it's laughable. These are serious allegations that have been put out. We've seen the facts. Why hasn't anything been done until now? The only reason something is being done now is that it has been exposed. Has it not been exposed? It will be sitting on somebody's desk, which shows that we do not care about our environment. We have absolutely no interest in our environment. All we care about is destroying the environment for what? For gold? It's just disappointing. That's all I can say. Well, I think immediately there needs to be action taken. He named people. We could have asked the professor for further and better particulars, but I think a lot of information was inside the document. You could have put an end to what was going on and suspend these officers. I have to say that the Forestry Commission has serious questions to answer. We do know that Mr. Aloti said a while back that he had no objections to mining. It's like the firefighter saying that he has no objections to arsonists working. I think he needs another job. The mandate of the Forestry Commission is to protect our forests, not to open it up for mining. Second of all, there's been a ban which is not being enforced. But please, we should ask ourselves, why do we even issue prospecting licenses for forest reserves? Forest reserves are to be left intact. So what is the point? What is the logic in issuing prospecting licenses when we know that it's being used to mine? So I would say that the action to be taken was enforce the bans, and these highly placed persons should lose their positions of influence until this whole investigation is completed. I keep on saying there must be an independent inquiry, because we know that there's involvement on both sides of the political divide, and there's no real seriousness in getting to the bottom of it. The only reason why we are having this conversation is because the document was exposed. Otherwise, it would still be sitting in somebody's drawer and nothing would have been done about it. Joy News did an excellent expose. What has happened to the investigation? Has it gone anywhere? Has anybody been prosecuted? Of course not. Because putting the presidency on the line seems to be mere words. It doesn't seem to be followed by any serious action.
Now, since 2017 to date, what's your level of trust that there will be any independent investigation into some of these allegations?
Well, there'll be nothing until we continue pressing. Again, well done to the media who have been pressing. Now, every environmentally minded citizen in this country, we know that when the last tree dies, the last man dies. Any serious individual in this country should add their voice and put pressure on the government to put a time frame for setting up an independent inquiry where organizations, civil society, individual journalists, all those with information can bring it to the fore. And there should be a time frame for the inquiry to be completed, and the report has to be made public. It cannot be hidden in anybody's drawer. So this is what we should all be adding our voice to. We cannot be spectators. The president himself said not to be spectators, but to be active. And active citizens cannot and should not stand idly by whilst our country is being destroyed. It's being destroyed. For what? For a mess of pottage? And I should say shame on all those who are involved in mining, whether the people had licenses or not. You should not be helping your country to be destroyed, so that very soon we might have to import water. and the air we are breathing is not going to be purified if we are destroying all our forest reserves. And what about the floods we've been having? We know the various functions of forests and so on and so forth. This is just disappointing.
All right, Awula, I'm grateful to you, but I'm tempted to ask you that in this whole fight against Galamsey, how do you think we can win this war? In the next 1 minute, you can do it for me.
We can win this war if we are serious. We are not serious. That's why we have not made any progress. There have been so many exposés. Let's deal with those involved. Akonta mining, for instance. Why have the directors not facing prosecution as we speak? Until we show some seriousness by dealing with the highly placed persons who are involved, there's no seriousness in this fight. It's mere words, and we're all tired of the mere words. We are all tired of the mere. Mr. President, please take action. You know those involved. Please take the right action. Let us understand that you really mean it when you said you are putting your presidency on the line. Right now, it seems to be mere words. You know those involved. They are your friends. Please, please, please make sure that they are prosecuted for destroying our forest reserves and poisoning our water bodies.
Awula, I'm grateful to you for joining us. Awula Serwah is coordinator of the Eco-Conscious Citizens